Hey everybody, John Murphy, CSSI. I hope you're doing great. Want to do this brief presentation, about 10 minutes long, for commercial real estate brokers. One of the things that is natural for commercial real estate brokers is to talk to their clients about cost segregation. And I want to share with you how you can use cost segregation to close more deals. At the end of the day, I'm here to support you in your efforts. I want to see you, each of you, close more deals, close more business, provide more value to your clients. And I believe cost segregation is one of those tools, one of those value added components for your brokerage that you absolutely should be using and is very powerful and easy to implement. So let's talk about this. Take the next couple minutes to go through this. My name is John Murphy. I work all over the country. I run a blog at costsegbuilding.com. You can follow me at costsegbuilding on Twitter and Instagram. I'm a real estate broker. I've been in real estate for over 20 years. Use my license for almost exclusive purposes at this point for cost segregation. I think clients like that, knowing that I have a real estate background. It's helpful. I think I can provide some additional insights when we're doing these studies. So anyway, reach out to me. I work all over the country, but let's go through this and talk about how you can use how commercial real estate brokers can use cost segregation to help drive more business. First of all, building owners, okay, they can save between about $30,000 and $70,000 in income taxes per $1 million in building cost, okay? So if it's a $2 million building, it might be $60,000 to $140,000 that they could save on their taxes. And essentially no one is telling them about cost segregation. So this is the opportunity for commercial brokers to be able to introduce their clients to cost segregation. You are the commercial real estate advisor. Don't think that you can't discuss this and that it should be done by your CPA. At the end of the day, we can't give tax advice. I'm not a tax professional. Okay, we do cost segregation work. So the tax advice has to come from the tax professionals and the CPAs. Same goes for you, but you can at least introduce this to them. Okay, for whatever reason, not enough CPAs are introducing cost segregation to their clients. It's just missed. They might not have a good resource for it, or they don't have somebody in their company that does it. But either way, you're at the tip of the spear. You have the relationship with the client. You should be the ones that are introducing them to cost segregation, to do that really early on as they're evaluating the building and looking to close the deal. So a couple things here. Commercial real estate brokers, what's the opportunity? Introduce your clients to help them save money, improve their cash flow, improve their returns, reduce the immediate taxes that may be owed. They might be able to save enough money in their taxes to go do another purchase with you. Some of it can be really massive what they end up saving. You get to earn referral fees. You provide value add to your clients. You differentiate yourself in the market, and you're sharing this information before somebody else does. Let's say you go and you help somebody buy a building, and whatever. Everybody's prospecting everybody else, right? Then you got another commercial real estate broker that calls your client and makes mention. Ask them, hey, did you ever do cost segregation on that building that you bought? And they say, no, I don't know anything about it. Right now, they've introduced cost segregation. Maybe wedged themselves into that relationship that you had, right? By their providing now value add. You should be providing that value add. If you're representing your client to buy that building, you should be talking with them about cost segregation. This will help you build customer loyalty and continue to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. So brokers, what's the opportunity? You're talking to owners all the time. And let's say for our study costs, I don't know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. So let's say it's a $500 referral to you. It's 10% of our fee. When I talk to owners, I would say 6 or 7 out of 10 have no idea about cost segregation, or they know so little about it as to basically know nothing about it. But you're out there, you're talking about it, you're now starting to reach some of these people. But imagine if you could help 10 owners a year. Each of these owners might save 50 to 100 grand in income taxes. It could be quite a bit more. You're going to earn $5,000 in referral fees, and you're going to differentiate yourselves from the marketplace. Might you get another deal out of this if you're talking this to prospects all the time? You might help them save money on their taxes. Yeah, I think you got a pretty good likelihood that you're going to end up saving money, or by saving them money, you're going to end up getting another deal out of this. So when you're prospecting, right? If you're an experienced broker, big book of business, you might be watching this just to understand cost segregation a little bit. But if you're early to mid stages of your career, you're cold calling, you're prospecting, you're talking to them about deals that are going on, or values of their building, or are they looking to expand their space, etc. But you might not know what you want to talk with them about. You can just always just pick up the phone and call them, okay? And just say, hey, Mr. Owner, have you ever done cost segregation on your building yet for tax savings? Simple question. Just get on the phone and ask them that question, okay? So let's talk about commercial property. It's depreciated over 39 years, right? That's 1 divided by 39. That's 2.5% is the basis each year that they get to take for depreciation. If it's $1 million cost basis on a building, that's $25,000 per year. But when they do cost segregation, they're typically going to see 6 to 10 times that amount of depreciation that they can take early on in the life of the ownership of the building. That is significant. That boosts their cash flow, okay, makes their returns a lot better, saves them money on their taxes. You know, this really is a tax deferral, so we always tell people, look, if you're looking at doing cost segregation, you're an owner, make sure you're talking with your tax advisor before you move forward on a study. So how often can cost segregation be done? Basically, it's done once per building per ownership, okay? If you do a renovation or an addition, you can also do it then as well. If the building trades, a new cost segregation study can be done on it. For improvements, they really should be about $100,000 or more. Pretty common. Most of these commercial improvements are a lot more than that. Those all should be studied as well. And of course, the additions or the expansions. So let's look at an example here. $1.2 million building. Let's say the land value is $200,000, can't depreciate that, got to back that out. So now you're back to that $1 million building cost basis. 32% is the tax rate. That's just an estimated tax rate. Everybody's tax rate's different. Bonus depreciation in 2024, because this is going into service July 1st, 2024, is 60%. Straight line depreciation, that owner's going to get $1 million in cost basis times 2.5% times 6 months, okay, is going to end up being $12,500 is what they're going to get out of that. If you have bonus depreciation, if you do cost segregation, you're going to get $120,000 in depreciation is what you're going to get for that. So, and actually I should say this is $1 million times 0.025 divided by 2. So it's $25,000 divided by 2 is $12,500 versus $120,000 that you get to take with cost segregation. So commercial brokers, you're not experts on cost segregation, okay? You don't need to become one. All you need to know is to know a little bit about it and be able to pass that on to us to be able to run the numbers for you. So if you're representing a buyer and they're looking to buy in a commercial building, it's more than $200,000, or you're representing a client, they're doing significant renovation, they're negotiating with tenants, they're doing tenant improvements, reach out to me. We're happy to run the numbers. We'll let you know. We'll give you a no cost, no obligation estimate, so you can share that back with your client or just introduce them to us. What we find is that some owners can't benefit from cost segregation for whatever reason. Most of them can. So let's run the numbers and let them take a look at that with their tax advisor. So when you're talking with owners or just checking in, okay, you're burning up the phones trying to look for new clients, and you've chatted with them about something, you can end up your call and just say, hey, Mr. Owner, have you ever done cost segregation on your building for tax savings? Let him answer. If he hasn't, okay, he's going to tell you that. A lot of times they say, I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, if that's the case, it's high probability that they haven't done cost segregation. And then at that point, it's best, they may ask, hey, well, do you have somebody that does this kind of work? You can say, yes, we've got a firm that does that. Right, send me an email introduction. If we need to do a conference call or a Zoom meeting with your client, happy to do that as well. I want to see you guys succeed and do more business, close more deals. So what kinds of properties does it work on? Well, it's really any kind of property that it's getting a rent payment or a lease payment. It's all kinds of stuff: warehouses, industrial, retail, athletic clubs, car dealerships, Airbnbs, apartment buildings, urgent care facilities, medical, dental, all of those buildings, okay? New construction, can be existing building, can be an older building that they've owned for a while, they can do catch-up depreciation. All those commercial buildings, if they have not done cost segregation, let us run the numbers and see what that looks like. Here's a couple quick examples, and then we'll wrap this up. This is a 50,000 square foot office warehouse. Looks pretty typical. You guys have seen a lot of these kinds of buildings. $2.3 million in cost. You go down here in the bottom, this is an estimate. It's about $300,000 in depreciation expense. Multiply that by 32% tax rate. That's a tax savings of $93,000. Cost for that study is about $5,600. So this gives you kind of an idea what these look like. Here's another one, 50,000 square foot office warehouse. This is showing you what a cost report looks like. So we break out all the 5-year components, and we break out the land improvements. So this is 5-year, this is 15-year, and then this is the systems structural part of it, 39-year. These guys ended up getting about 23%. They were able to accelerate instead of 2.5% by doing cost segregation. Here's a retail strip center. They got about 25%. They were able to accelerate because of doing cost segregation. Right? Medical office, dental offices. These guys can group their properties. They can group their operating entities with their real estate. Okay, as long as the ownership is the same, they got to do that in the first year. Be sure to consult your tax advisor. This is especially true for doctors and dentists, but this is a great way to offset some of that income. and the results can be really phenomenal. Let's take a look at the next one here. Starbucks. Amazing thing here. This is just an example. This is fairly common. It might be 40 to 50% might be able to be accelerated because of the size of the site itself. Parking lots, drive-throughs, all that stuff becoming very significant in the retail space. Same thing here in another retail building. It's about 35%. And then flex buildings. A lot of industrial buildings. We study these all the time all over the country. Office warehouses. This one got about 34%. A lot of people might make the assumptions on a lot lower numbers. Doesn't cost a lot to study this building. This owner ended up being able to save about $90,000 on their income taxes. Hotels, study those as well. Medical offices. Okay, so you understand. So here's the thing. Someone's going to introduce the cost segregation to these building owners. Why not have it come from you? Why wait for this to come from somebody else? May as well come from you guys. So I'm here to try to help you do more business. I would love to partner with you on this. I work all over the country. Just send me an email. Follow me at CostSeg Building. You can find me on my blog at costsegbuilding.com. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Happy to chat. I want to be your partner in this, and I work all over the country. Happy to give you excellent service, great pricing, and take great care of your clients. So let me know if I can be of assistance. This is John Murphy at costsegbuilding.com. Take care. Have a great day.